And we are live. What is up, everybody? I'm just gonna get everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everybody's day's going well, weekend going well. Hope for all those Jews probably getting ready for Passover as we speak. And actually have something to speak on that matter, sort of, in a moment, but we'll get into that. Just gonna get everything set up and we'll dive into everything. Also, for the first time, I'm going to be doing Batter Up, or first time in a while, I'm going to be doing Batter Up for the podcast, as I did not get to do it this morning, and on days when I record, if I don't do it beforehand, I like to do it for the podcast, as it gives me something extra to do on an episode. And that's going to be one of the first things we do, but first, got some other matters to go. Actually, we are pretty much ready to go. We are now ready to go, so let's begin. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 122 of Benny in the Booth podcast. Thank you so much for all support to this point. Very much appreciate it. We've got MLB Weekly Recap, we've got some NFL news, and we've got Batter Up for the first time in a while. I have not done this on the for the podcast, I think, either ever or in a very long time. And I'm excited to do it for once. I did not do it beforehand. And as I always put, if I don't do it beforehand, I will do it for the podcast on recording days or / going live days. I already did the grid, so back to the grid. So I won't be doing that. Before we dive into it, though, next, this is going to be the last episode for a week or two due to Passover starting literally tomorrow. And Passover is one of those holidays that could backtrack me on notes by 2 or 3 days because I'm going to be off. I won't have the ability to catch up on notes until like a few days later. And it's just going to cause a lot of havoc and chaos on it that I'm not going to be able to do it for another week or two. This isn't completely, the podcast is not completely done, just taking a hiatus for a week or two, and we'll be back. I definitely in May, just taking a hiatus for now, just because of holiday of Passover. But still doing this week. But after that, there will be a hiatus for Passover. So, for those that have not ever seen this game before, this is how it works. You're given a video of a batting stance of someone currently in MLB. It's always a current player, never former. Sometimes the clips are this year, sometimes they're not this year and they're last year or previous years. And you have to try to figure out who that batter is. Now, I don't need this, but just for everyone else who haven't seen it, but based on the silhouettes of their swing, guess MLB mystery player within 6 attempts, active players only. Tiles will change color based on how to choose your guess how close your guess is to the mystery player. If it's white in any of the tiles, indicates a non-matching characteristic. Green in any tile indicates a perfect match. Yellow in the jersey numbers tile indicates the matching tens place value. Example, number 13 and 19. Yellow in the division tile indicates matching leagues, but wrong division within the league. Yellow in the age tile indicates a match within 2 years. Example, 26 or 28. And yellow in the position tile indicates a match between infielders and outfielders. Example, first and short and left and center. So that's it. This is the batting stance for today. If I get it right away, I'll put it right away. Otherwise, I'll throw in like random guesses to start getting me off. This is not immediately coming to mind, per se. So I'm just going to start off with a random guess of Ian Happ and see where that could get me. So it is NL Central. It is an outfielder, left fielder. It is not U.S. Okay. So Brewers is Yelich, so it's not going to be him. Reds is Steer or Friedel, and they're both U.S. Pirates, I believe, is Reynolds or Swinsky, and I'm pretty sure both of them are American. Cardinals. So is this not a starter, maybe? Oh, no, it's not going to be NL Central, actually. It's going to be someone in the National League. Left fielder. Is this... This is a wacky guess, but if I pull this out of nowhere and I'm correct, that would be hilarious. Is this Lourdes Gurriel Jr.? Wow! How about that? Lourdes Gurriel Jr., brother of Yuli Gurriel Jr., This clip is from last year, May 22nd, 2023. They'll show like the mini version of it, and then they'll show the actual home run. I could play the audio to let you hear the call, but I probably would get copyrighted for it, and I am not taking that risk. But yeah, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I don't know why I thought it was NL Central. Sometimes I have a flat brain moment like that, and will take me a moment to actually realize. But yeah, that's batter up. When I do not have it done prior to the episode, I will do it hopefully for the podcast. And same always goes for Magula Grid. Will be that way. But if I've done it already, I'm not going to do it again for the podcast. There's no point. Then I just get it first try. But yeah, today was Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Of course, this week I got to go to another game. I went back to Fenway for the first time in 3 years, which last time was not during the podcast days. I was at Guardians Red Sox on Thursday, and for once, I finally got to go on the Green Monster, which last time I wasn't because this was still COVID restriction days where you're restricted how far beyond your seats you can go. And so that time I was not able to. Even this time, beyond when I did the tour, because I even toured Fenway, I couldn't go into the seating area. They only let us like go up to the top of the stairs, which like was still something because I will say that is one of the most beautiful sights I've seen in a ballpark ever in person. Whether you're facing the field or even looking behind you, that is just a beauty. And I recommend it. And honestly, I'm more willing to sit up there now than I was prior to having seen it in person. And it's not even close how much, like really legitimately, like, and I understand the tickets are not cheap, and that's probably why it's hardly ever gonna happen. But if someone were asking me, I say absolutely now. But the one thing I would put with it is I would not sit first row because that seems like danger zone to the extreme, and I do not want to be in danger zone. I'd rather be rows farther back, but fine with the Green Monster. Got a pretty good game overall. Red Sox struck first, but Cleveland took the lead after that and never looked back. But Boston didn't make it close in the end. But Cleveland won 5-4. Boston had it early. Bernardino was dealing. Carrasco pitched bad in the first, but bounced back for like 5 innings in total, I think it was. But the problem was once Bernardino was taken out for Boston, that's when Cleveland started coming back and taking the lead for good. And that was the story of the game. One fun moment I actually had from this game, and I'll actually even get this. So there was a giveaway for the game. Well, I gotta get this from my closet. And it is basically like a headband bandana of the Red Sox mascots, Wally and Tessie. Now, realistically, should I really be having this in the house where I am with a whole bunch of Yankee fans? Not really. Do they really probably know who they are? Probably not. So this is of Wally, and this side is of Tessie. Nice mascots they have. So funny thing when I got this giveaway is that they gave me two, and my sports friend who was with me, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to really be bringing an extra one into my household of Yankee fans. Which, for context, my entire step family that are fans of baseball are all Yankee fans. And when we were on our way back on public transportation, we bumped into people who were from Maine, who I'm pretty sure were Red Sox fans who did not give the giveaway. And I'm like, well, I have an extra one. I don't want to really bring it home. And they kind of look like they could use one. So I ended up giving it to them. I think they very much appreciated it. And yeah, but I definitely was planning on keeping one at least. Also, one fun part from this trip, and I have to get the part now, is I found one of the biggest steals you'll find at a team store ever, which says something. And the Red Sox team store, for context, is like one of the biggest I've ever seen in baseball. Like huge with a whole bunch of stuff. And then inside the Red Sox clubhouse part within the team store, they have a whole bunch of jersey cards, including not just Red Sox players on and not even in Red Sox, like Cubs, not even just baseball, basketball, hockey, I think there was football, and they had they had Seiya Suzuki. This is the one I got, which as you see here was $20. All the jersey cards there were going for $20. I'm like, I'm sorry, am I missing something? $20 for a jersey card? I'm like, that's a steal. I ended up even getting one for like a step cousin of mine who's a Yankees fan. I got him a Bernie Williams one, and then I even asked my dad, shout out to him, if he wanted to, because I found like a Jose Ramirez one, and he's a Guardians fan, but he was like, I'll pass. But yeah, like $20, it's a steal. Even the program I got, that's over here. Yeah, I mean you can't see it. I'll bring it. Like programs, you can see that'll go for like 10, $20. I got this for $7. Now it doesn't specifically cover just this series, and I think it's like overall like the start of the season, but $7 for this. It's a steal. I'm like, what am I seeing here? Absolutely cool team shop, one of the biggest I've seen in baseball. Maybe even the biggest I've seen in baseball. And I haven't been to every ballpark, but I've been to a lot of them. And within each one, I've probably been to almost all, if not all, the team stores. Red Sox is one of the biggest. It's not even close. I was just amazed by it. That was crazy. But yeah, I got a great game out of it. Weather was not most cooperative. It was raining a little bit, but not too bad. Sweet Caroline was always as crazy, good, emotional as it always is. Which I have to say, if you're ever going to Fenway Park first time, that is the one part of the game where you need to stay for. Not like, oh, no. You gotta stay through 6.5, through 7.5 innings into the middle of the eighth for Sweet Caroline. After that, feel free to go. But you have to at least stay for Sweet Caroline. It is a moment where you will feel the entire stadium of how many people are there, which for context was almost 35,500 for a day game on a Thursday. It was like 35,494, which was something. But yeah, it's just crazy moment they have for Sweet Caroline there in Boston. But yeah, hold on a moment. So now, before I get into MLB news, there's two NFL headlines from this week. Forrest Buckner has re-signed with the Colts, 2 years, $46 million, and Devontae Smith signed an extension with the Eagles for 3 years, $75 million. Not the biggest of news, but still some news have happened between this and last week's episode. Of course, there are games that are currently going on for baseball, but there are also some that are going on later today, and we're going to dive into both for this week's episode. But first, we've got recap of the games between last week and this week, going into today's games. From April 14th, Red Sox beat the Eagles 5-4. Tyler O'Neill and Tristan Casas went back-to-back with solo home runs to help the Red Sox win. Pirates beat the Phillies 9-2. Andrew McCutchen's 2-run homer in the ninth is his 300th career homer. Orioles beat the Brewers 6-4. Jackson Holliday, after being benched the day before in the seventh inning, finally got a single to get his first major league hit. Haven't done much notable since that hit, but congrats to finally get on the board. The Rays beat the Giants 9-4. Randy Pinto had a 2-homer game off former Rays starter Blake Snell, who was doing bad with San Francisco. And I think we're starting to realize why nobody gave him a contract right away. He had a 3-run homer in the fourth and solo home run sixth for his 2-homer game. Astros beat the Rangers 8-5. Jose Altuve had a 2-homer game, solo in the first and third. A's beat the Nationals 7-6. 6-6 down 6-1 led the A's to victory. Diamondbacks beat the Cardinals 5-0. All 5 runs in the fifth for the Diamondbacks. That is it from April 14th. For the 15th, Cubs beat the Diamondbacks in 11 innings. Michael Busch's second inning solo homer marked 6 straight games of the home run, which ended up ending the next day, making him the 5th Cub to do so, joining Christopher Morel last year, Sammy Sosa in Ryan Sandberg in 1989, and Hack Wilson in 1928. Padres beat the Brewers 7-3. 6-run fifth led the Padres to victory. Jackson Trio and Jackson Merrill made history as the fourth pair of 20-year-olds with each with multiple hits and RBI in the same game. Since RBI became an official stat in 1920, joining Tony Conigliaro and Tony Horton back in 1965 on April 21st, 1965, both for the Boston Red Sox. May 18th of 1959, Vada Pinson of the Reds and Ron Fairley of the Dodgers. And on July 16th of 1955, Harmon Killebrew of the Senators, now Twins, and Clete Boyer of the Kansas City Athletics are now Oakland Athletics, and are also both the third pair of 20-year-olds or younger with multiple hits in the same game in the last 25 seasons. Joining on April 28th of 2019, Juan Soto and Fernando Tatis Jr., and July 22nd of 2018, Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna Jr. Cardinals beat the A's 3-1. Sonny Gray gets career W number 100 against the team in the ballpark where he started his career journey to 100 career wins. Nationals beat the Dodgers 6-4. Mitchell Parker's major league debut for Washington got the win. First major league win. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, all earned, 0 walks, 4 strikeouts. Mookie Betts being his first major league strikeout. Mets beat the Pirates 6-3. Edwin Diaz guiding the save, going 1 inning, giving up 0 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and marked the 100th save of his career. From May 16th, the Diamondbacks beat the Cubs 12-11 in 10 innings. 6-run seventh by the Cubs, including grand slam homer by Ian Happ for first home run of 2024, and absolutely nothing in the end as the Diamondbacks came back to win that game in 10 innings. Orioles beat the Twins 11-3 with Gunnar Henderson's two-run homer in the second. Jordan Westburg's 2-run homer in the third, and Ryan O'Hearn 2-run in the eighth marks them plus Cedric Mullins and Colin Cowser having 4+ homers, which is tied with 1996 for their most such players through 20 games in a season in franchise history, even through the St. Louis Browns era of their franchise. Only through 17 games, list of players from 1966. I think I meant 1966, not 96. Seeing the list. But either way, that list was Boog Powell, Brooks Robinson, Kurt LaFerry, Davey Johnson, and Frank Robinson. Also has third most consecutive series of 2+ games without being swept at 97 going back to last season, joining 1942-44 Cardinals with 125 and 1903 to 1905 Giants with 106, and fourth most consecutive series of 2+ decisions without being swept, joining the 2 teams from the previous list and the 1906 and 1908 Chicago Cubs with 115, which does include the Cubs team that had the wins record until the Yankees in 98 and the Mariners in 2001. The Phillies beat the Rockies 5-0. Ranger Suarez won a complete game shutout, getting the win, 7 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Marlins beat the Giants 6-3. Ryan Weathers recorded career high 10 strikeouts. Rays beat the Angels 7-6 and 13. Mickey Moniak and Logan Hoppe went back-to-back in the fourth, 2-run homer and solo. Amed Rosario walk-off RBI single to win the game for Tampa. Mets. Sorry. Mets beat the Pirates 3-1. All 3 Mets runs scored in the 7th. Jaron Jones went 5 innings, giving up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Jones now has 5+ innings, gone 5+ innings, not including if he started the weekend. 0 runs, 0 walks, 7 allowing 1 or 0 base runners within first 4 career outings since 1901, with 9 others joining Joe Ryan on September 8th of 2021, Max Kranick on June 27th of 2021, 5 perfect innings for the Pirates. Dane Dunning on August 30th of 2020. Alex Young on July 7th of 2019. Dick Kingham on April 29th of 2018 for the Pirates. Travis Wood on July 10th of 2010. Johnny Cueto on April 3rd of 2008. Devin Hansack on October 1st of 2006, and Jimmy Jones on September 21st of 1986. Also now has Ks and has struck out at least 7 in each of his first 4 starts, joining Masi Ritonago, Steven Strasburg, and Jose De Leon as the only pitcher since the mound was moved in 1893 to do so. Also, his 73 whiffs is most by a pitcher in first 4 career starts in the pitch tracking era since 2008, passing Griffith Canning with 68. Dodgers beat the Nationals 6-2. Mookie Betts went 5 for 5 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. With his 5-hit game, he has half of the amount of the rest of MLB 5-hit games since August 20th of 2023. He also joined Cesar Torres on September 8th of 2003. So only Dodgers middle infielders go 5 for 5 or better with multiple RBIs. He also is 4th Dodger player to have 2 plus 5 for 5 games, with the Dodgers behind Zach Wheat with 4, Audrey Ethier with 3, and Steve Garvey with 3 as well. That's for May 16th. For May 17th, Orioles beat the Twins 4-2. Albert Suarez, pitching for the first time since 2017, was an NPB previously, got the no decision, going 5 2/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 6-4. Dawn Varsho had a 2-homer game for Toronto, but it didn't matter. 2-run home run in the second and solo home run in the 7th. A's beating the Cardinals 6-3. Bob Blackburn's scoreless streak ended at 22 1/3 innings. Phillies beat the Rockies 7-6. Schwarber had a 2-homer game, a solo home run in the first, and 2-run homer in the 6th. 5-run 8th for the Rockies didn't help them in the loss. Red Sox shut out the Guardians 2-0. Tanner Houck won a complete game shutout in 94 pitches, which is a Greg Maddux. Basically, where you have a complete game shutout in under 100 pitches, which is first Maddux in this season, and first since Framber Valdez's no-hitter last year. Game lasted 1 hour 49 minutes, which is the shortest game since Armando Colorado's near perfect no-hitter / perfect game in 2010 versus fittingly against Cleveland Guardians. Houck's 9 strikeouts is 5th most Ks in a sub-95 pitch complete game shutout since pitch count tracks in 1988, behind Madison Bumgarner on August 3rd of 2014 with 10. Roy Oswalt on April 16th in 2004 with 10. Kurt Schilling on April 10th of 2001 with 10. And David Cohn's perfect game with 10 on July 18th of 1999. And behind Greg Maddux himself on August 20th of 1995 with 9. Ahead of. And Chris Bosio with 9 on September 24th of 1992. The only note I had from the 18th was the game I went to. For the 19th, the Cubs beat the Marlins 8-3. Jameson Taillon's 2024 debut, 5 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, all earned, 0 walks, 4 strikeouts, and got the win. Much after how bad he was last year. Hayes beat the Rangers 8-3. Travis d'Arnaud had a 3-homer game, solos in the second and 5th, and a grand slam homer in the 6th. And the Diamondbacks beat the Giants 17-1. 6-run 8th, including Blaze Alexander, grand slam homer, leads Arizona over San Francisco as Blake Snell started that game and got booed as he was leaving the game. And then from yesterday, the Brewers beat the Cardinals 12-5. Bryce Turang 2-run homer, and Jackson Chourio solo home run, hit back-to-back homers in the 4th. Guardians beat the A's 6-3, but Max Schumann for the A's had game-tying solo home run in 5th for his first major league homer, and the Orioles beat the Royals 9-7 on the back of a 7-run second for the Orioles. That is the notes for this week. Now for the standings, not including today's games, which I don't think there are any games that have gone final yet anyways, which there isn't any that have gone final yet. But anyways, going into today, first with the AL East. The Yankees in first place at 14-7, followed by the 13-7 Orioles, followed by the 12-9 Blue Jays, followed by the 12-10 Red Sox and Rays. In the AL Central, the Guardians in first place at 15-6, followed by the 13-8 Royals, followed by the 11-10 Tigers, followed by the 11-10 Tigers, followed by the 7-12 Twins, followed by the 3-17 White Sox. And then the AL West, the Rangers in first place at 11-11, followed by the 10-10 Mariners, followed by the 9-12 Angels, followed by the 8-13 A's, followed by the 7-15 Astros. That's for the AL. For the NL, starting with the NL East, Braves in first place at 14-5, followed by the 13-8 Phillies, followed by the 12-8 Mets, followed by the 9-11 Nationals, followed by the 5-17 Marlins. And then NL Central, Brewers in first place at 13-6, followed by the 13-8 Cubs, followed by the 11-9 Reds, followed by the 11-10 Pirates, followed by the 9-12 Cardinals. And then the NL West, the Dodgers in first place at 12-11, followed by the 11-12 Padres, followed by the 10-12 Diamondbacks, and Giants, followed by the 4-16 Rockies. And then as for today's games that are currently going on, the Nationals are up 5-0 over the Astros through 5 innings. The Rays and Yankees are tied at 1 in the bottom of the 5th. It is 0-0 between the Angels and the Reds, bottom 5th. Red Sox over the Pirates right now, 2-1, top 5th. Guardians over the A's right now, middle of the 5th, 3-1. The Phillies are up over the White Sox 6-2, middle of the 4th. The Orioles are up over the Royals 2-0 through 3. The Cubs and Marlins are tied at 1-1 in the top of the 3rd inning. The Tigers are up 4-0 over the Twins, middle of the 3rd. 0-0 in St. Louis against the Brewers, middle of 3rd. The first game of the day-night doubleheader between the Mariners and the Rockies is just getting warmed up. It's George Kirby for Seattle and Cal Quantrill for the Colorado Rockies. And for the pitching matchups for the second game is Emerson Hancock versus Pete Lambert. And the rest of the schedule for tonight, Diamondbacks at Giants at 4:05, Merrill Kelly against Jordan Hicks. Mets at Dodgers at 4:10, Adrian Hauser versus Tyler Glasnow. Blue Jays at Padres at 4:10, Chris Bassett against Joe Musgrove. Rangers at Braves at 7:10, Michael Lorenzen against Darius Vines. And that's this week's episode of the podcast. And that's gonna be it for a while. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're new on YouTube, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, leave the notification bell so you're notified when I go live and or post a new video. If you're new on audio, follow the podcast, leave a video, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post them there. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will see you in next week's episode in probably 2 weeks, a week or two. We'll see when the next episode's gonna be, but 2 or 3 weeks, we'll see. Just depends on when I can recuperate with having full notes and being fully prepared. But see you then. Bye!